Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Friday, the 16th day of August, 2024. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're safe and healthy today and your family's safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are out here trying their best to save lives. Blessings upon those also that work in picking up garbage to keep our places clean, and those also that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are here trying to help, rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts that create the demands for these heinous industries, finally. Double blessings on the homeless, nearly 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, veterans, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So yesterday, I saw that the Knicks schedule came out for this year. Man, I was trying to get some tickets yesterday right away. I didn't. I refrained. I'm going to wait a little bit. Actually, most of the tickets were not available. I was actually looking at getting tickets in Miami, but I don't really like the idea of going to Miami. I'm just going to be honest with you. Even though it would be a great game to watch, there were tickets available, pre-sale from somebody selling them, and I was like, nah, I ain't buying them. So I wanted to wait. But I'm going to get some tickets. I'm looking at, for myself, I'm looking at going to there's a December 19th game in Minnesota. See, my son and my grandsons are out there. Not that I'm enthused about going to freaking Minnesota in the winter, but I will go to see that game. And it'd be good for me and my son to go there. So I was looking at that one. And I was looking for a Brooklyn game in Brooklyn like I went last year. They got two Brooklyn games, but they're both in the Garden. So I won't be able to do that. And then there's a Friday night game in Orlando, which is no good for me. So I'm trying to see about the best game to go to New York to see. And I'm still undecided. I'm just looking right now. And I was thinking about going to Philly to see a game. But I said, nah. Then I was thinking about DC. And I'm still kind of thinking about DC because I got my kids. Some of my kids are there. And so I'm still kind of on the fence about that. But I'd like to go see a game at the Garden, but we'll see what happens. At this point, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But I was looking at the schedule, and as everybody else did, I was analyzing the schedule, and I was comparing it to last year. Now, the biggest thing, very biggest thing, the difference between the 2023-24 schedule and the 2024-25 schedule, in my view, is the back-to-backs. Last year, between October and December, the Knicks had 7 back-to-backs. Between October, November, December, the beginning of the season, they had 7 back-to-backs. Now that's grueling, okay? And then this year, they only got 3. Now that's major because it's the back-to-backs, in my view, that causes more injuries, okay? So the fact that they have less, I'm not as concerned as others that they're playing all these playoff teams. That's fine to me. You gotta bring ass to get ass. So you got to go through the best if you want to be the best. This ain't college where you try to draw, a good seed and 64 teams and blah 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 blah. Nah, man, you got to play the best. So let's let the Knicks play the best. So that's not a problem. But what is a problem in my view now, January, traditionally, and it's no different this year. January for the Knicks, if you notice, you go back several years, and this year is no different. You get more home games than away games in January in New York. I don't know why they do that, but they do. You got them MLK game, but aside from that, they usually have more home games, and this year is no different, and that's good for New York. As you recall, we got OG and the Precious late, like I think it was on December 31st this past season, and they went 14-2 in January. And so it's a good situation. So for the Knicks, there were 11 home games and only 4 away games in January. And that's very good. So that gives the Knicks in the midseason, and at the time, usually when the Tom Thibodeau teams start to find their stride, That's very good. So the key things here, what I just said so far, is the lack of back-to-backs early. Now they're gonna have back-to-backs later, but the early season back-to-backs is what I was more concerned with, because so for example, you lose Mitchell Robinson early because part reason is there's a lot of back-to-backs early and they got to play, but only three. So that's good. That's very good. The second thing is March now. They make up for being home in January in March. In March, they got 15 games. 9 of them are away in March, including 2 road back-to-backs with the Lakers, Clippers, San Antonio, Charlotte. Then they got a home back-to-back with Orlando and Dallas in March. Now that's pretty grueling. But again, I don't mind it so much in March, because that's when, again, the Thibodeau teams start to hit their stride in March. And having played all them playoff teams early, the Knicks should be healthy and they should be hitting a nice stride at that time. So it's going to be tough in March. Now, February is interesting. In February, there's 3 back-to-backs and only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in February. There's 10 games in February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because it's the All-Star break. But of the 10 games, they got 6 of them, or 3 sets of back-to-back games. So February, it's going to be interesting, but they do get the All-Star break, and that's going to be, key for the Knicks. It always is for every team, getting some recuperation time before you head into March and you start dealing with all them away games. Fact, pretty much every month except for March and January, the away and home are pretty even. However many games you might get, 5 home and 6 away, or 6 home, 5 away, pretty even. So I'm not concerned with who they're playing. So what? We play Boston, Indiana, Cleveland, Miami. Yeah, it's tough, but shoot, man, we supposed to be trying to get this chip this year. So let's go get it. Let's get done. Let's do this. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Forget all that. And then all these people tripping, well, is Joe going to be ready? What the hell? He's going to be ready. Let's say he misses the Boston game. So what? He'll be back sometime in October, okay? We'll be okay. But what happens with the Knicks, which most people forget, every season it happens. What happens to the Knicks? The defense is ready first. Offense comes later. That's part of the slow start, okay? So the defense will be clicking right away, okay? They'll be clicking. But offensively, it'll be a little slow. It'll be a lot on Jalen Brunson. That's the way it usually goes. And every year under the Thibodeau era, there's been something. So the first year you had Alfred Payton and Reggie Bullock, really role players, starting, but good defensive players. And so that was slow start. Then, of course, the next year, you had Kemba and Fournier, who can play offensively, but it was overshadowed because their defense sucked. And so it made everything look bad early in the season. Then Tibbs put the rookie in there, Grimes, who got hurt. He played really good, but then he got hurt, broke his foot, I think, or something. So that was that. Then the next season, there was the controversy, or fan and media fueled controversy, of who's going to start. Would it be Grimes or Fournier? And I knew all along it was going to be Grimes, but again, homie got hurt to start the season. So you have Brunson and Grimes starting, and then later on, DiVincenzo ended up starting, and then he caught his stride about the time the Knicks start rolling. And that's where we end ourselves now. Here, this year, it's going to be Mikal Bridges and Brunson. So you starting off with defense right off the bat, okay? Juju is probably going to take a little time. It's going to be a little, I'm just telling y'all, some of y'all calling for, some people are calling for 86 Celtics or 90 something Bulls. Y'all need to calm down. I want the Knicks to win this chip. But what my problem with some of y'all in Knicks Nation, y'all get so excited and start making unrealistic and ridiculous expectations. And when they don't meet your ridiculous expectations, you start calling the Knicks a disappointment. When it wasn't them, it was you. So calm down. They're going to be good. At least 55 wins. It's going to take some time. They're going to be all right, okay? So Tibbs always starts slow. I want you to understand the defense is going to be behind. I'm sorry, the offense is going to be behind. They're going to be a little off offensively to start. Not Brunson, but guys like OG, McCall, even maybe. It definitely Juju or Hart, whoever starts at the four. You're going to be a little off offensively. And then Devo's got to get used to coming off the bench again when he was starting and getting all those minutes. So all of that is going to play a role, but they'll be okay. Defensively, they're going to come out the gate like gangbusters. He gonna let them dogs out from night opening night. So that's not gonna be a problem. But offensively might take a little time. Okay? It's just a common Tom Thibodeau thing. But overall, I like the schedule. Yes, it's tough. You know, I like the schedule. And this is just me, but for what I'm looking at, this lack of back-to-backs early, what that tells me is that it looks to me that the media wants to see a healthy Knicks team, especially during the holidays. And so by giving them less back-to-backs, you increase the chances that they'll be healthy for your Christmas games, your New Year's games, your Thanksgiving days, and your cup and all that. Now you get a healthy Knicks team on national TV. That's way more rating because Knicks Nation is one of the largest basketball fandoms in the world. So one of the largest ones in the world. People gonna talk about the Lakers and stuff, whatever. But the Knicks, you get a healthy Knicks team on national TV early, and that's what I'm saying. Those only 3 back-to-backs, that's really good. That makes the likelihood of seeing an OG higher, of seeing a Mitchell Robinson higher. Because you got the lack of back-to-back. So this, I'm liking the schedule myself. I am. I'm liking the schedule. And so, like I said, the pitfall comes really in March with all them damn away games. And then, and then February. But like I said, if it had to come, let it come then, because that's when the Knicks are usually starting around in the stride right there. So that's okay. So I'm liking the schedule. I think we're in good shape. I'm liking the way things are. I don't want to be tripping like some. Some people just need to trip. But I like the schedule for Julius Randle. Like, in other words, it would be nice if he was ready opening night. But if he's ready the first month of the season, maybe 2 or 3 games in, that's cool. And let him get his time to get his feet wet, get ready. He's going to come in with wrath. And I like that. I think we'll be okay. And then, get everybody else a chance to get acclimated, get ready. I think we're going to be in good shape. I like this. Jalen Brunson's going to be ready, training camp. Mitchell Robinson will probably be ready. Oh, I'm pretty sure he'll be ready opening night. The question is when in training camp would he be able to play? Would he be ready? But we'll see. This is still August 16th today. So, we got time. We'll be all right. No, I like what we're looking like. We coming into camp, everybody understanding their role. People getting in shape. People know what Tom Thibodeau expects. Tibbs know what to expect of his squad. We in good shape. I like the way the Knicks are looking. I'm not worried about, the playoff teams we got to play. I want to see them play Boston a couple of times. I want to see them play Miami. Let's get it on. Let's do it. See where we at. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Shalom.